From there, we plan to escape from the next building's emergency exit. The emergency exit is allowed to a different alleyway than the one we originally came in, so, in theory, they shouldn't have been there able to find us. But we were naive. The narrow alleyway between the buildings was dark and deserted. They were waiting for us there, as if they'd known exactly where we were going. Uh-oh. We were caught off guard, and before we could run, one of them grabbed Maho. Huh, that looks, a lot like a certain motorcycle girl. Funny. And then there was no way for us to resist. They grabbed Daru, twisted our arms behind our backs, and slammed us to the ground. It wasn't the group that attacked us in the building. They were wearing full face masks, motorcycle suits, and leather jackets. One of them, a girl holding on Maho, was clearly a woman. There's only one woman I knew who'd attack us while dressed like that. I was right. I knew that voice. I could tell even with her helmet hiding her face. Uh-oh. She held Maho with her left arm, then took out a military knife with her right. She put the knife up to Maho's throat. The horrible memories came flooding back to me. Whether it had been in a different world line or not, the merciless voice that had taken my ear from me was right here. Wait. Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay, you can't just have two girls in motorcycle suits and be like, oh yeah, I totally know who that is. Come on, you can't do that to me. No, okay, it's Moeka. So it's Moeka. Oh, obviously. Duh. Should have guessed that. Jeez. Okay, great. It's my favorite girl from the first game. I gripped my teeth so hard it hurt and glared at the woman in the motorcycle suit. I forced myself to speak, and the woman in the motorcycle suit took the knife away from Maho's neck. She handed her over to one of the other men. And then she took off her helmet. You're Moeka Kiryu. So, it really was you after all. Her eyes were completely devoid of emotion, just like they were on August 13th. I was forced to the ground by one of the others, but my arm was still twisted upwards. I tried as hard as I could not to scream from the pain. So there are two groups of people going after the laptop today, the people earlier and now the motorcycle people who are apparently Moeka's people. So are they with SERN? How many factions are there in this game? It seems a little ridiculous. Oh. Where's Suzuha when you need her? Moeka suddenly nodded to slightly nodded to the other men. The hand that was holding me drew back. I could finally move again. Daru was released too, and he stood up, mumbling something. But Maho was still in their hands. Traded for Dr. Hiyajo. Daru was about to take off his backpack.
Hiyajo-san! おとなしくしててくれ。そいつは本当に君を殺す。脅しじゃない。
Yeah.
自分の論文のために君が死んで、それでクリスが喜ぶのか。
Wow, it looked like a small child on the verge of tears. Still glaring at Moeka, I took their laptop and hard drive out of the backpack.
これだ。
リュックごと渡して。
先にヒヤジョーさんを解放しろ。
She didn't respond. Fine then. I have to bluff.
複合化するパスワードを知りたければ、俺たちを出し抜こうとするな。
I put the two items back in the backpack and handed it to her. It was all I could do to keep my voice from quaking.
こいつはパスワードがなければ絶対に起動することができない。 世界中のハッカーがサジを投げた代物だ。俺たちの安全が保証されたら教える。
That's a good bluff.
こいつを渡した途端に殺されたんじゃたまらないからな。
Of course. I had no idea what the password is. If they found that out, we were doomed. Daru was giving me a questioning glance. I ignored it. Keep your damn mouth shut, Daru.
確かにそうね。
Alright, she fell for it. That meant...
それじゃあ誰か一人私たちと来てもらう。
Huh?
二人は今すぐに解放する。その後パスワードが正しければ残り一人も解放する。
Uh-oh. Damn, it's not good enough.
それはダメだ。残る一人の命の保証がない。
なら三人とも来てもらうだけ。
This woman. I can feel cold sweat on my back. I'd never been involved in a life or death deal before. Well, except in, you know, a certain other timeline, haven't you? So, and I had no idea what to ask to do next.
明日至るこっちへ。
僕？
あなたはスペシャリストだと聞いている。リュックを持ってこっちへ。
いや、
あなたが来るなら他の二人はここへ置いていってもいい。
待て！だったら俺が行く。それでいいだろう。
あなたのことは上から何も聞かされていない。パスワードを知っているかどうかもわからない。
So, they're after Daru more than Okabe. That's interesting. Damn, she saw right through me. Well, I put the knife back to Maho's neck.
明日至る。早く来て。
そういうセリフはもっとエロいシチュの時にお願いしたいわけだが。
Daru was joking, but his whole body was shaking. What should I do? They're gonna kill Daru. I thought as fast as I could, and as hard as I could, but nothing came to me. In this world line, Daru was going to live until 2036, and complete the time machine. That much was clear from Suzuha's testimony. The world lines were going to converge. Even if Moeka took Daru here, he wouldn't be killed, right? No, but that didn't mean I could leave him here. One of the men with Moeka was looking at his watch. She noticed it too. Right, he knows Daru is fated to live, but he doesn't know about that about Maho. They might have felt that they were taking too much time with a kidnapping done in broad daylight. I hope that somebody might wander by, but there was no counting on that stroke of luck. I need to solve this myself instead of relying on others.
誰か殺してみせればいい？
Well, I mean, to be fair, in the first game, didn't he beat Moeka in hand-to-hand combat? I mean, maybe they could take him, I don't know. I feel a cold knife pressed hard against my cardio artery. I think Moeka had a knife too. In that timeline, didn't she? Okay, it's been a while since I played the first game. Daru and Maho was screaming, but suddenly it all seemed unreal, like it was taking place in a distant world. They said that's what happens whenever someone's confronted with their own death. And it was happening to me now. I can't die either way, right? I tried asking myself that. I tried asking Suzuha, even though she wasn't there. I tried asking the world. Of course, nobody answered. The fact that I might not die didn't mean I could do something stupid here. A normal college kid like me would be too scared to move once they had a knife on their neck. I'd seen people die many times, and I'd almost been killed, but I never did get used to it. Thoughts of Creasy's blood came to my mind, and I almost suffered a flashback. My body shook, and it was all I could do to keep from collapsing to the ground. I can't read. Was there nothing else I could do? Oh, thank goodness. Just when I was about to give up, a black van pulled up and braked hard at one end of the alley, blocking us in. The sliding door opened and poured out men carrying assault rifles. Oh, so it's more people. Oh my gosh, this is like ridiculous. They're all wearing gray military uniforms and face masks. These were the eyes of trained soldiers. From the huge frames and the color of their skin, it was clear that they weren't Japanese. I immediately realized that this was all real. It wasn't cosplay or anything like that. Those guns were real, and a battle was about to begin. My experience with the August 13th attack and the war zone I had lived in only a few days ago came back to me. It didn't matter who was friend or foe. Moika moved the instant I spoke. She saw the attackers and jumped into the shadow of the nearby building. The other rounders spread out too. I let go of Maho, who was standing up confused, in the middle of the alley. Maho, sit up! The man who was holding me was the one who reacted a bit too slowly. There was a sharp noise. A bullet went through the helmet of the rounder who was holding a knife to my throat. As I went down with him and hit the ground hard. The impact made me let go of Dara's backpack. One of the other rounders grabbed it off the ground and ran in the opposite direction of the van. The man got out of the van, evidently the commander, and barked orders in what sounded like Russian. Also, these are probably the Russians. One of the soldiers turned the gun on the fleeing rounder. Ugh. Her body flew up off the ground, as both she and the backpack were torn open. The contents of the backpack fell to the ground, scattering across the asphalt. The laptop and the hard drive were hit by more gunfire than could have been necessary. Greaser's laptop and hard disks were turned to unrecognizable scrap in just a few seconds. I crawled behind a light pole without even bothering to look. It all really happened in an instant. So, the Russians destroyed the laptop on what could have been on purpose. Maybe they thought if they already have Dr. Nakabachi's paper, they wouldn't need Kurisu's stuff. I looked around, and the Russian soldiers were running towards us. Moiko and the rounders had vanished at some point, leaving only the two bodies. The soldiers silently recovered the remains of the laptop and the hard disks, picked up the bodies of the two rounders, and got right back in the van. They didn't even pause to look at us. They didn't care about Okabe and friends. There were only a couple minutes between the time when they arrived and when they left. All that were left were little fragments lying on the ground. The blood from the two bodies, Maho, who was lying on the ground shaking, Daru, who was standing behind one of the buildings, and me, lying on the ground. My heart had been pounding the whole time. I only felt the pain in my neck after it was all over. Evidently, with the knife, I cut a little when I had fallen. A while later, we finally heard the sirens of a police car. It was only then I remembered that I was in Akiba, Japan. The Third World War might have started long ago, and we just didn't know it. We realized that in the face of a war between nations, we were truly powerless. Akiba was in an uproar. There were lots of helicopters in the sky that probably belonged to the media. We skipped to the lab, making sure no one was following us. It hadn't been that long since we were attacked at the hotel. If the cops had found us at the scene of another crime like that, they'd be suspicious for sure. Like the crazy guy who attacked them. So we ran before the police arrived. Yeah, that's a good idea. Suzuha wasn't at the lab. Maybe she sensed what was going on outside and gone to check on the time machine. We all held our breath and waited. Felt like if we let anyone know we were here, more scary people would burst down the door and charge in.
橋田さん、ここタオルって置いてある。
洗面所にあるよ。
Maho nodded and brought a new towel from the washroom. She handed it to me.
岡部さん、首血が出てる。これで押さえて。
ありがとう。
It's a good idea. My neck was wet with blood. Fortunately, it wasn't a deep wound, so it wasn't long before the blood stopped. Before the bleeding stopped. After handing me the towel, Maho sat right down on the floor and didn't move. I knew how she felt, especially since this was the second time she'd been attacked. This time, people died right in front of her.
大丈夫か、比叡城さん。
She nodded hesitantly, but her face was deathly pale. And I realized that she'd been clutching her left hand into a fist the whole time, and there was blood coming out of it.
怪我したのか、見せて。
Evidently, she hadn't noticed she'd been hurt. She was looking at her left hand, confused.
あら、
どうした？
指 開かない。変ね。
Her fingers won't move. Maho had been holding some small fragment in her left hand. Her hand had frozen around it and it wouldn't move. Soon it started to shake. Grabbed her hand and forced open her fingers one by one. Whatever it was, she'd been clutching it so tightly she cut off the blood flow from her fingers. They were very cold. When I finally forced the hand open, the thing she was holding fell to the floor. What was it? I picked it up. Oh, it's a fragment of a laptop. It was a red piece of magnesium alloy. This piece of Krisa's laptop. She must have grabbed it off the floor when she was running away. If she held something sharp so tightly for so long, of course she was going to bleed. I returned to Maho without a word. She took the broken fragment and once again cradled it in her hands, then stared at it with an empty expression. Suddenly, a single tear dripped down her cheek. Aw, poor Maho. After that, it didn't stop. She continued to sob. It was as if that tiny fragment was Kurisu herself. She held to her chest and kept crying.
いや、ジョーさん。きっと、クリスは安心したと思う。君が無事で、よかったって。だから、君が謝ることなんてない。謝らなくてもいいんだ。
She didn't respond. Instead, a phone started to vibrate. Mao took out her cell phone and looked at the message she received. It's from Dr. Leskinen.
どうした?
荒らされたって。オフィスと、あと、ホテルの部屋。教授と私の、ひどいことになってるって。
Right. So, they're just now receiving the message that the office and hotels were ransacked. Whereas, when we would have answered the phone, then they would have found that out from Kurisu earlier.
そうか。
Whether it was the Rounders, the Russians, or whoever had first surrounded the cosplay shop, they must have been after Kurisu's laptop and hard drive.
あの PC、バックアップは存在しないんだよな。それなら、これでよかったんだ。クリスの残したものが、何十億もの人を殺す道具として使われることは、なくなったんだから。
In the end, I had got what I wanted. The data was destroyed before anyone got their hands on it. There was so little left that I was sure there'd be no way to restore it.
つうかさ、ロシアはなんであの PC を壊しちゃったんだろう。
Because they already have Dr. Nakabachi's.
手に入れようとしてたんじゃなかったん?
今のところ、タイムマシン開発競争じゃん。ロシアがリードしてるんだ。
Right, and it's suspected that they were the ones who messed with the world line at the Christmas party, yeah.
ロシアからすれば、ノート PC を手に入れられればそれでよし。だが、他の連中に奪われるぐらいなら、壊してしまった方がマシって考えてたんじゃないか。
Right, from their perspective, it's better it destroyed than someone else get it, because they're already in the lead anyway. They probably want to avoid a protracted gunfight with the Rounders in broad daylight Japan. The cold way they make their decisions made me shiver. They really were professional soldiers. An amateur couldn't do that.
で、これからどうする?
できればここにはいたくない。
Russia might not know about this place, but Moeka might? I thought Moeka only knew about the place in the first timeline, in the Alpha World line. Is that because she brought her here. I mean, there's no real reason she should know about the lab. But then, how did she find out about the secret Ultra Daru layer? So, I mean, I don't know. So, if the runners were on the move, then Tennoji downstairs might be involved too. Right, because... Oh, right, Tennoji... Right. Okay, right, because Tennoji's around her. That's why she might know, of course. And she might say, oh, hey, you know, where does Daru hang out? And Tennoji would be all like, hey, you know, he's upstairs. That kind of thing, you know?
日が暮れたら移動しよう。
Move at sunset. It would have been great if Suzu had come back, but I couldn't get in touch with her. Huh. Back to Maho's perspective. In the bath. Well, I'm gonna cut it off here, everyone. That was very long, but wow. I can't believe they got attacked and 2 people, like, actually died. That's crazy. And Moika finally showed up again. And briefly, before she was repelled. But anyways, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.